It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
In the only building this franchise has ever known, we're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Dameon Pierce now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
On target to his back, Joe Mixon.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
1st and 10 from the 41. He's got a man left. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the air, Stroud. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Mixon will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Again, the give to Mixon. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Connects with Johnson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's 2nd and 5. He finds Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. That's complete to Darius Slayton. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Russ now from the gun. Into traffic, complete. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That stop coming from Henry To'o.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Able to hit Robinson, complete. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Oh, they're going for it on an option play left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun now, 1st round. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here's Stroud now. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll say hello to the red zone after that big play, huh? As they get set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's caught at the 4. Touchdown, Houston. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on fourth down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Ross off the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Wilson now from the gun. Got a man. Robinson has it. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Wilson now off the play action. Caught near the goal line. And that's good for a 1st down. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. Trying for a touchdown here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
On play action now, Wilson. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Wilson to throw again. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. This 42 yards from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good, and that'll get him back to 11.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
2-0, ready to send this away. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Texans and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Stroud off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll try and run this. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Stroud. Quick slant here to Kirk. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Targeting the sideline, Kirk has it. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans push their lead to 18. there. Barron has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Defense shows blitz. Wilson. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Micah McFadden able to make the play. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans facing 2nd and 5. From the 27. Completed to Collins. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up a Houston first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Forced out to his right. He's running with it. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set up now for 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Short pass brought in. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans grow their lead yet again. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. Return's looking good so far. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Giants getting one more series here before the half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Wilson looking to throw. Connects with Johnson. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Play made that time by Danico Autry. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 41. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Short side option here. He's running left. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. Broke through the tackle. And he gets his offense some better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. It's halftime here in Houston, with the Texans enjoying a lead at the break. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now here's Russ. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
He's got Bellinger. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, it's Tracy. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go right back to Tracy. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd and less than a yard.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Tracy once more. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Ross off the play fake. He has it at the 5. And in, touchdown, New York. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants make it an 18-point game. 2-0, ready to send this away. Pierce now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Texans ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Javon Holland there to make the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 30 on 2nd down. This one's to Kirk out left side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
He's got him. That's Mixon. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Paulson Adebo.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. To the air. Stroud. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans push their lead further to start the half. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans continue piling onto this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants and Malik Neighbors set to go to work again. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Wilson now from the gun. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Wilson, a quick throw, complete. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
It is caught left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Sticking in the air with Wilson. This finds Bellinger. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
Call it feel, Kate, call it instincts. I don't really care what you call it, but the best QBs, they can sense it. They know it when that pressure's coming, and they know how to avoid it. Keep that play alive, extend it outside of the chaos, and go get your offense a completion.
Russ is cooking again. He finds Johnson. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Once more, it's Wilson. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They get 6 and a first down as well. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. The Giants have it to start the fourth in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He brings it in. Touchdown, New York! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants make it an 18-point game. Gano ready to send this away. Pierce now on the return. And look at this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Out now come the Texans on offense. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous, right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Motioning one of the tight ends. Mixon on the counter. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Here's Stroud now. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Texans gonna kick this away on, and thankfully he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Giants offense all set to get started. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Taken in by Bellinger. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Wilson. Connects with Slayton. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Offense in the hurry up here. First down, here's Russ. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Texans grab it! And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown! The Texans keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans continue adding on to that lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Gray now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson now. Finds his target, Robinson. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 31. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. He beams one deep right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Wilson to throw again. He finds Slayton. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Has his man, it's Tracy. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Throwing again, here's Wilson. He's got Bellinger. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Still sticking with the passing game. Connects with Johnson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, with some of these tight ends today, you could put 2 guys, heck, put 3 guys on them, and they still find a way to make those catches. With how they move at their size, they really are the ultimate matchup advantage.
2nd and 8. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Wilson now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Quick slant complete. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Sticking in the air with Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York! The Giants making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants make it an 18-point game. Gano ready to send this away. Barrios now to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They've got first down from the 31. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. On the ground again with Mixon. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston first. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.